Hello everyone, welcome to a new Minecraft experience. This is a brand new server that I'm playing on. It's not quite brand new, but I'm new on it. And I'll go more into detail about the server and who we're playing with later on in the video. For now I just want to show you where we are. This is where I've been living. I just cut a little hole into an iceberg and threw some farms into it. I'm using the new deep slate blocks, they're really cool. I used them a little bit in my factory that I uploaded recently in creative mode, but it feels really good to be playing survival mode again, and survival multiplayer servers are always fun. So I've been collecting up a little bit of resources. We're not late into the game, we're not quite early either, and this is the cold abode. So I've been smelting up iron. I recently went to a geo to get the new calcite block because I'm going to make a build today, and I really want to use the calcite. So we'll be doing that a little bit later on. If we look out the window, you'll notice this cool boat. It looks a little bit Viking, a little bit Japanese. Our good friend Philip has built that. Philip was one of our allies on pepe.lol, which many of you saw and was like the last multiplayer server I played on. But Philip also helped me on a Bedrock realm a long time ago. Those videos will be in the playlist. But today our main goals are to explore a little bit, build some more, and make more of a presence for ourselves on this server. So one of my main goals is to get mending books. Mending is an extremely valuable enchanting, and to do enchanting, we either need villagers or more easily an enchanting table, and we got one, and I think this ring of ice is the perfect place to put it. I can visualize it, and it's going to be amazing. So we're going to put nether wart down in our table. I really want to use nether wart a lot in this SMP, so we're going to bring on the red. And then we're going to surround it with deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles are so sexy. The texture is awesome. But yeah, red and black, that's a color combination that you literally can't go wrong with. And it's very enchanting too, because the table is red and black with the obsidian. So we're going to put our bookshelves down. They're also red. They got wood. The wood texture clashes a little bit, but it's necessary in order to get the level 3 enchants. We're just going to place the 15 down in a little bit of sporadic matter. Alright, and then I'm going to place a little bit more red nether wart blocks. These things are really cool, but I just think a few more will make the red really pop. The red contrasts against the ice, which is blue, right? But the black of the tiles need to be accentuated more with some basalt. I really like basalt, so I just think a little bit of columns around will make this enchanting room just a little bit cooler. And there it is, the enchanting room, as you can call it, right next to our little iceberg hideout. And this is our temporary starter house while we work for greater things. So I was out here gathering the new moss block when I found a beehive. And beehives are incredibly important because the honeycomb, you use it for wax and copper now, but also for candles. And candles are really cool, so we need to acquire a campfire so we can harvest the honey out of here. I don't have one right now though. Alright, so we're right next to Morton's first hole. I always name wherever I stay tonight a hole, because that's basically how I play Minecraft, right? But I had the resources for a campfire nearby, so now we can easily get the honeycomb for this. And I'm really excited to make some candles. We're going to be doing some building on this server, and for interiors, I think candles are going to be a massive game changer. So farming honey, I think in the future will be something that we definitely need to do if we want to have some really nice looking buildings, dude. So I was adventuring around, right, and I found a mine shaft. I just thought it was worth putting into the video because cobwebs are like, this is the only place that you can get them, and it's a good source of rails. So if we ever transport any mobs later on, we got like a good 2 stacks. I also got some of the new glow lichen, I don't know, and I've been in the nether a lot because nether season. I personally shitted on the spyglass when it was introduced, but it's actually kind of funny. Our nether portal is up there, but you have the Optifine zoom, right? But it's just kind of fun to like look at these striders down here. Like I'm having way more fun with the spyglass than I originally thought I would. Like here's the Optifine zoom. It doesn't go as far. The spyglass actually zooms in just a little bit more, and then you can actually double zoom, which is crazy. I think the spyglass is fun. It's a waste of an inventory slot, unfortunately, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. So I'm going to be trying to build in a little bit of a tutorial style manner so you can follow along if you're interested. So the sides of this building are going to be 13 long. It's going to be square shaped, so obviously that's going to be 13 blocks wide on every single side. And I'm just going to frame it up with some netherrack so it's easy to keep track of. So on our sides, we're going to be using polished deep slate, and we're going to go 3 blocks tall with that. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to tear off all of the frame because we no longer need it because we now know our dimensions. When I play Minecraft, I usually always frame everything I do. So once again, we have our 3 deep slate, polished deep slate. And then after 2 blocks, you're going to want to do another one, another pillar. These aren't main pillars. We're going to have like primary and secondary pillars, but it'll end up looking like a little bit like that. And then I usually indent my walls behind by 1 block so they're not flat, and we're going to use the red nether wart block. I said I wanted to do it, and I think while on this SMP, which I will talk a little bit more later on, I'm going to go crazy with the nether. I got lots of nethery ideas. I don't really know why I'm inspired to do this, but I think it's exciting. So obviously these are going to be 3 tall to match the polished deep slate. So we're going to add a little bit more color, and that's going to be white with the polished diorite. I don't even remember my own pattern. And now we got a little bit of server lag, which is always funny. But yeah, we're going to put a little bit of even more, I don't even know, I call it like indenting so the wall isn't flat. You got like your frame, you got your indent with the stairs, and you got like the second layer of the wall with the red. I don't know the technical terms for it, but it's basically so you just don't end up with a flat wall and you get something interesting with visual shape and color to look at. And we're going to use a little bit of slabs like so, and then do this on every side. So we're going to continue building upwards by using the crimson stems from the crimson forest, and you're going to go up by 5 blocks. The 6 blocks could be 1, but if you want to save this kind of valuable resource, you can just put whatever you want and then put the pegs on the side by themselves. We're going to strip these blocks because they look way better stripped. I don't know why you would want to build with them unstripped, but you could do that if you want. I feel like that would be a very good challenge, and I would respect a builder who did that. We're not going to put it on these secondary poles, but we will. Alright, so we got timed out there, but it doesn't matter. Basically, we're not going to build onto the secondary pegs, towers, or frame. We're just going to build on the primary ones, and then we're going to outline it across the side like this. So this is what it looks like. A little bit Asian, actually. And more server lag, we can't eat our steak. Alright. So we're going to do some deep slate tiles, slabs on the front of the first part of the frame, and then we're going to put more behind it. Pretty much make a window design, whatever you want. I got a little bit of ideas. Basically just use some stairs and slabs and make a fancy looking window that is indented behind the main wall. Alright, and this is the design that I came up with. We might tweak it a little bit later. Alright, we're going to continue going upwards with more crimson stems. This is going to be the rest of the frame, and as before, we will go to the side as well, building not onto the secondary frame, but onto the primary ones. This is exciting. It's going to be like a little bit like a 2-story house. This is kind of a house. I don't really know what exactly I'm building. I'm just building it because I wanted to build something, and I'm really excited about being on the server. This is BobSMP. Really weird name. I know the last one was a weird name when I was on the Anarchy server, pepe.lol. Obviously, we're filling this in with calcite right here. This is a really cool new block with the amethyst geodes, but I'm talking about the server. It's a private server, so you won't be able to join, but it's got a few familiar faces like Philip as before, and then Pigeon, who was also on pepe.lol. So we'll run into them a little bit later on, and as I am working with a full-time job recently, I'm not going to be able to make as many videos and not be able to play as often as I would like, but I wanted to get a little bit of a build out, so that's where we're adding these polished diorite stairs here to add a little bit white color onto our house, and obviously continuing our frame. I think this house will look really cool, so we're just going to strip it all and continue working for you all. I'm going to hop down here in a minute to just see how it looks. And then once you do it on every side, this is how it looks. You get the calcite. It's a really nice block. I kind of wish it had slabs and stairs, but it doesn't, so we have to use diorite, even though diorite is the spawn of Satan. It looks pretty good so far. Alright, so we're going to do the roof. I needed like 6 stacks of deep slate and like 3 stacks of deep slate stairs just to do this. So if you want to build this, be in for some mining. But we'll go up by 2. You want to indent the thing to the side a little bit, and then you're going to go up pretty much by 2 every single time, and you're going to do it on both sides until they meet into the middle. These like kind of angular medieval style roofs I've always thought were a little bit complicated, but you just go up by 2. So this is what the roof looks like, and it's not half bad. I'm gonna have to make an adjustment later on to make it hang off the side of the building a bit more, but it looks pretty good right now. And all we gotta do left is fill this in with a little bit more calcite. So before we finish the house, we are back at the iceberg area, and I'm gonna check out this awesome boat that Philip made. You may think it's a houseboat, but it actually doubles as a super smelter. And this is really dope. So we're just gonna stuff a shit ton of netherrack in here. And then he made some kelp using this thing, I think, already. So we gotta go find the fuel chest, which I think is right over here. And yeah, we're gonna deposit this kelp blocks in here, and they just get sucked out really fast. And then once we hit this lever over here, if I can get down the ladder, I think, yeah, we'll activate it, send the minecarts flying, and that is really cool. The boat design is really phenomenal. Philip's a great builder. He used deep slate, blackstone, and yeah, the smelters are filling up. And I think it's awesome when a build has the aesthetic purpose of like this ship being in our iceberg area, but also the redstone purpose of being a super smelter. So now we can get a bunch of glass easy, we can get a bunch of fuel easy with kelp. Yeah, we can get pretty much whatever we want, and that's a technical ability I lack. I'm not good at redstone at all. Alright, so we're back at the house, and I filled in the windows. I didn't like the fact that there were windows. It kind of was off with me. So I put in more red nether brick. Not nether brick, nether wart. There we go. And yeah, here's my scaffolding blocking my view of the house. That's kind of unfortunate. But it's not complete yet. I think I can fix up the windows a little bit, and obviously I want to tweak the roof. But I'm out of time for today, and it's pretty much done. So I'm very pleased with this, and I'm very excited to be playing more on this multiplayer server. I want to visit spawn. I want to see the other players. And I want to build a town. You may remember Poggersville from pepe.lol, and this will be its spiritual successor. I'm very excited to announce a new city. It was on the thumbnail, so you already know the name of it. But yes, New Pog City, the spiritual successor to Poggersville. So I'm going to add a bunch of buildings around here. Maybe put farms in them like sugarcane, maybe go in this one. And it's going to be amazing. So I hope you're excited.